Thanks for staying with us. Now, this is a treat. Young Johannesburg author Stacey Fru has been shortlisted for the 2020 International Children's Peace Prize. The award honors children who promote children's rights and improve the situation of vulnerable children. Stacey now joins me here in the studio. Stacey, thank you so much. I feel like I'm in the presence of greatness here. And when I say young children's author, this is how young. You are 13 years old.
13, yes.
But you wrote your first book, you've just told me, when you were 7 years old. Does that seem like a lifetime ago for you when you started?
Seeing how I've grown from when I first started writing, and obviously how I've grown physically, mentally, and all that, and how my writing skills have improved, just makes it seem that like 6 years ago was such a long time ago.
Gosh, when I was 13 years old, I was still riding my bike and climbing trees with the boys next door, as it were.
Yeah.
What would you? I'm sure you've been asked this question so many times, but what do you think led you at 7 years old to say, I'm done with mom and dad reading these books for me now. I actually want to write my own one. You were only 7 years old.
I mean, there's a story behind that, why I actually started writing. So my mother graduated with her master's thesis around the same time I started writing my book. And as everyone was praising this thesis, I sort of came to the conclusion that my mother had written this book without telling me. So I then decided that I was going to write my own book without telling her. So it is sort of like a revenge thing to get back at her, which is how I started my writing.
Now, your mom introduced herself. Hi, I'm Stacey Fru's mom. And she said she's gotten used to that.
Yes.
Now already. How has your literary career, because you've got 5 books there in front of you that you've already written, how has it changed your life as an ordinary 13-year-old at home?
I've definitely got to have many good experiences, but with the good also come the bad. So I've gotten to go to so many places. My first international award was awarded by the President of Egypt himself, Mr. El-Sisi, last year in 2019. So I've got to experience such amazing things, meet amazing people, and obviously have opportunities like this where I'm on live television. But you know, with the bad, there's also a lot of pressure that comes with writing, and a lot of people that will look at your work and doubt you. I had a newspaper tell me once that they wouldn't publish my article because I didn't write my books. And so you see those type of negative comments come with also the goods.
How does that make you feel? So were they saying that, oh, your mom probably wrote these books for you? How does that make you feel?
I think, in a matter of fact, the newspaper approached us this year and said they want to publish my article. So it's sort of like, I feel good because it's calmer now when stuff like that happened. But I also know to myself that I did write my books and I stayed true to my word.
Now, but you're also still an ordinary 13-year-old. You were saying this year has been difficult. You've been doing a lot of schooling from home. But it's been nice to be back at school and being with your friends as well. So in as much as you're a writer of books, you're an author at 13, you also just like ordinary things that most 13-year-olds like your 13-year-olds like spending time with your friends. What do your friends make of this career? Some might call it a hobby, but a career that you have that most 13-year-olds don't have.
So you have a few of them that are extremely supportive of my work. Whenever I make a new post, they're like, wow, Stacey, I'm so proud of you. And then you have those of them that sort of like brush it off and don't care. And then you just have the ones on the other side of the spectrum who are, you know, a little bit mean towards me for no particular reason. So, but, you know, I just learned to sort of cope in my school environment.
Now, your first book you wrote was called Smelly Cats. You've written a sequel to that called Smelly Cats on Vacation. They're all spread out here in front of you. And in as much as those two were a sequel, do you have similar themes in all your books, or are they quite different?
So similar themes in my books all revolve around family relationships and how you can maintain this relationship with your family while pursuing other things. For my 4th book, for example, Tim's Answer, Tim is on a journey to find his role model. And the reason why I wrote this book is to inspire African children not to look overseas for role models and to find the greatness within their community. Because with the media influence within our community, a lot of children are starting to doubt what is right in front of them. So it's basically Tim going on a journey to find his role model, look within he first starts looking outside of the world, and then he comes back home and he's like, wait, I have some goodness within Africa, I have some goodness within my community, while maintaining that family relationship.
And I suppose, I mean, that's a conversation that even adults are having, you know, about not looking just to the West all the time for our content, our influence, be it politics or lifestyle as well. And it's a conversation that really should be held at your age, because that's where a lot of what that outlook, where a lot of it is formed at such a young age. Now, your latest book is called Where is Tammy? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Tell us what that's about, because that sounds quite serious.
So Where's Tammy is a book about child abduction and child kidnapping. And the reason why I wrote this book was to bring awareness to child abduction within these communities. And I want children to be aware, I want their parents to be aware, and I want the community as a whole to be aware of the dangers. And obviously it is in a child's format, so it's more easy for a child to understand. It comes with some short facts, and it's not only dealing with abduction and kidnapping, it's dealing about basic safety and security tips, because I am also an advocate for safety and security. And along with writing the book, a lot of fact-checking had to be put through. We did contact the Department of Safety and Security. We had someone from the U.S. Ambassadorship in South Africa look through it and give us corrections. So it's not just a book for play, it's actually a book which I want to genuinely help people.
How did you feel researching all of that? Because it's quite a dark topic, isn't it? And a little bit scary to have to take that in and start looking at the world around you for things that perhaps you didn't pay attention to before.
It is a dark topic, and I think that it is good that I sort of looked into it, because it's happening with a lot of girls, a lot of boys my age. So it's good that I know that, and I'm aware of those dangers, but I don't want to be the only one to know. I want other children like me, and even children as young as 8, children as young as 7, to know that there's a possibility of you getting taken and never seeing your family again.
And making them aware and getting them educated about it could save a few lives. I mean, that's a big deal as well. Now, just very quickly, before we let you go, you're here because you've been shortlisted for the International Children's Peace Prize. You're among 142 entrants from 42 countries, and you're in the top 3 leading contenders for this prize. This is a big deal. What will you do if you win that top prize?
So actually, the winner was actually announced on the 13th of November, and it is a 17-year-old boy from Bangladesh. So unfortunately, I didn't get to bring home South Africa this award, but obviously I can try again next year and the year after that. So I think I'm still very grateful that I had the opportunity to be shortlisted among these great people. And I also wish everyone who was in the competition luck. And yeah.
But how great to be mentioned just in that great company as well. I read somewhere that you said one of the first things that you would love to do if you had won that prize, and hopefully you will continue to strive to do that, is to translate your books into other African languages. Why is that so important to you?
Because, like I said, I want to encourage Africanacity. I want to encourage reading and writing in these languages, which are, we're losing touch with these African languages within our communities. And I want to get my books to have a further reach and to inspire more little children and older people. So, which is why I want to get my books translated into various South African languages and African languages.
Fantastic, Stacey. Thank you so much. Stacey Fru is a young Johannesburg author. Quickly, where can people get a hold of your books? Are they in most good bookstores?
Yes, they are exclusive books, My Reader's Warehouse. Contact me at Stacey Fru for online shipping.
Oh, fantastic. Well, there you have it. This young lady, keep an eye on her. The best is yet to come. Thank you so much. Young Johannesburg author who was shortlisted for the International Children's Peace Prize for 2020. Now,